In this episode of KIDZ Podcast, I am honored to share wisdom with you about leading kids in your church and in your home. Dealing with kids is hard work, and I'm praying that we add some tools to your tool belt today. So let's dive into today's topic. So, your spouse is trash and treating you like trash. And it's trashy. What do we do? Well, stick around. I'd love to help you. This is the podcast where we talk about kids. And so in this episode of KIDZ Podcast, I would love to help you parents who have trashy partners who are no longer a part of the picture. And what do we do? Because it's a real thing. Let's dig in. Okay, so let's say you're a parent. Could be a mom, could be a dad, and you're no longer in a romantic relationship with your spouse. That happens. We get it. No judgment here. You have to share the kids. You get to see the kids. Some variety of that. Oh man, I get it. It can be sticky. It can be heartbreaking. It can be difficult. You're talking to a guy whose parents divorced pretty young and had to go through a rough childhood, and fortunately for me, God was in control and he led me to a place where I could find him and receive him, and I chose to follow him. And so now, after 20 plus years of doing ministry, I am just in love with the idea of, one, leading kids, but two, helping parents like you navigate sticky and tough situations. So if you're a parent and you are dealing with a spouse, an ex-spouse, or whatever you want to call it, and it's difficult, hard, and borderline trashy, here is my 2 cents for you. One, your child is watching the way you treat your partner or former partner. Let me rephrase that. Let's say you're the dad. Your child is watching you and watching how you treat their mom. Oh, is that a better picture? Your child is watching how you treat their mom. Oh, are you hearing me? Your kid is going to learn how to treat mommies by the way they watch you treat their mommy, regardless of how good or bad that relationship is. I get it. She's being mean to you. She's busting your chops. She curses at you. No respect. The list is on and on and on. You, by definition, does not deserve your kindness. But let's reflect. Let's calm down. You are the adult. There is a child watching your every example. And right now, they are learning how to treat the women in their life by the way they are watching you. I hope that challenges you, because it's super true. So what's going to happen here in about 15, 20 years? They're going to get married, and they're going to treat their spouse the exact way you are treating them. Well, no, that's not quite honestly true. Well, actually, I've not seen it differently in 20 years of ministry. They might be nice at first. They might get some help along the way. They might learn some lessons and work hard not to be that way. But if they have no other form of education, what they are learning from you is going to go with them for the rest of their lives. So let's backtrack now. What if you as the daddy you are experiencing heartache, you are in pain, and you are dealing with this difficult relationship, and the child knows it. The child sees it. The child becomes aware of it. The child is no longer a child, but an adolescent or a teenager, and they are like, whoa. In the midst of all this, my dad has chosen to respect. My dad has chosen to love, not love romantic, but love care. Not love agape, but love phileo. They have chosen to be kind. They have chosen to be polite. What if they see you doing things that honor God? What if? And that's what I really want you guys to hear and see in this particular podcast. We can sit here and pick apart all kinds of relationships, talk about human resources, and talk about child protective services, talk about what's right or wrong. But none of that really matters, because in this podcast, which is about kids and leading kids, you as the parent, how are you leading your child as you navigate a broken relationship? What do you want your child to learn from you? Do you want them to learn how to be bitter and angry and upset and how to treat other people out of those emotions? Or do you want them to be better? Ooh. Do you want them to learn how to, quote unquote, lead up, man up, do better? Because one day your little human's going to grow up and become a big human. And they're going to treat their mom that way. They're going to treat their spouse that way. They're going to treat other people that remind them of that same relationship that way. So you are the example. That's my 2 cents. It's not a long one today, but it's a powerful one. Because it's sad when you as an adult are hurting, but it's even sadder when the little people in our lives are learning from our pain rather than learning how to grow through it. I'm praying for you. If you have questions, if you want to talk more, I would love to give you more insight, more. I'd love to even just pray with you. If you have those kinds of questions and just want to talk, hit me up on email. Glad to help. Until next time, everybody say bye, Pastor Juan. Thank you for letting me speak into your life. At the end of the day, our goal is to raise little people to one day become big people. You can learn more and support what we do at rongaleministries.com. Thank you for listening, and smash that like button, turn the bell blue, or whatever it is that the kids are doing these days.